For quite some time, we have talked about the vision of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general, expanding their network and being utilized in a wider range of activities. We have seen the development of NFTs and their assimilation into several physical markets. We have also seen the likes of Bitcoin and other types of altcoins being accepted as a mode of payment for major brands such as Gucci. And there have been countless collaborations with artists to promote crypto and really widen the influence it has. Major investors are doing their best to try and get crypto in the face of everyone, letting no opportunity go to waste. And as the future continues to paint a bright future for Bitcoin, there are experts who feel like the best is yet to come. This is Diversified Streams, your go-to YouTube channel for all things crypto. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the latest news and tips related to crypto, and make sure to keep your notifications on so you'll be updated with our latest videos. We post frequently so you wouldn't want to miss it. In today's video, we are going to talk about the vision of seeing a Bitcoin Exchange Trade Fund, or ETF, in the first months of the next year, as assumed by Kevin O'Leary. How is this possible? And what are the chances of seeing this unfold in the next year? All these questions and more will be talked about today. So let's get going. You may have heard of Kevin O'Leary a couple of times in your life, and that's definitely not surprising as he is a part of Shark Tank. He is also a businessman, political candidate, and crypto expert who very recently has made waves in the community after speaking about the likelihood of investors swarming up and getting involved into the crypto space. He said that if this indeed happens, we might be seeing an ETF backed by Bitcoin in the first half of next year, 2023. And that is something we all should expect and prepare for. Investments into Bitcoin can come in all forms and shapes, according to O'Leary, and we might be expecting trillions of dollars to enter the crypto space in the form of pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, and family offices. This looks and sounds really promising as a crypto geek. But O'Leary also told us that one factor must be considered for such a thing to happen, and that is regulation. Being immersed in several industries, he has worked with people who manage and take over the funds that may enter the space, and these people have only one thing to ask before they can go all out. They are looking for a compliance infrastructure and a definite set of regulations in the crypto industry that will safeguard the assets that are yet to be invested in it. This is something that should be a bare minimum in crypto even without these tons of investors raging in. I think that we have these regulations established in order to make the market a really safe space to make transactions related to financial digital assets. But going back to O'Leary's talk, he said that if ever these regulations were to be enacted, we might be seeing an increase in the price of Bitcoin overnight, going as high as 20 to 25%. This is especially significant as Bitcoin has been trying to assert its dominance in terms of market cap. While what O'Leary had said so far is not set in stone, he gave us a bit of assurance by saying that people are already in the beginning part of the plan to bring about an influx of big-pocketed investors. He went on to say that there is a bill that is under discussion about the US dollar and treasury bill-backed stablecoin, and that it was supposed to be heard this month, but was sadly pushed back to September. So let me tell you about the basics of the bill because we do not want to get into the deep details of it, at least in this video. So this bill can be best understood if you think about money markets such as the likes of Schwab or Fidelity Money Market. These markets are not given the right to possess assets that support their market's unit price if it is going to be handled for more than 12 months or a whole year. The same idea is exhibited in stablecoin. So if you are going to put out a coin that is backed by the US dollar, you will have to use T-bills and tell how many of those you have. In short, it has to be audited, and that is something we approve of. So in the situation of USDC, if you can recall, it was at the time when Luna was not performing well. It was bad. But USDC was considered the most stable at that time, and it has bipartisan support. It was backed by the US dollar. So the policy is meant to work like this, being available for all types of coins and being backed by the dollar, evading any types of issues the same way USDC. With this bill and the possibility of several entrants, you will be seeing a lot of players holding various amounts of T-bills and cash, with a regulation going over them. And with the US dollar being the world's currency, it is very likely that this bill will be supported by politicians. If everything goes well this time and it does get heard in September, we will eventually be seeing the overflow of investors in Bitcoin. We might also be seeing the House turning over, as there are a lot of Republicans that are positive towards cryptocurrencies. If everything falls into place, the main action is set to happen in the first quarter of 2023. As this all unravels, you have to ask yourself, where would you be? Would you be ahead of everyone? Or just live in the moment? This is especially important because O'Leary thinks that what's going to happen will greatly affect the price appreciation of the assets, and you'd be seeing rapid price increases, which does not happen very frequently. So basically, all things considered, it will be a wild ride once we see this thing reveal itself soon. With all that's been said in this video, are you optimistic that this bill will be enacted soon, and that we'll be seeing investors flood the crypto? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and make a discussion over there. Also, if you like these types of video, do let us know by giving us a big like and subscribe so you'll be a part of our community. It warms our heart to see you appreciate our videos, and it makes us want to do more. Back to our video. O'Leary wasn't done yet with the talk, as he said that the sovereign wealth fund's bargain into the space is only one of the stages of the huge price gains we'll be seeing in Bitcoin and other bigger cryptocurrencies. Take the sovereign wealth fund of Norway, which is known as one of the biggest in its line with over 1.35 trillion US dollars in asset. They are looking into entering the crypto space, and if it happens that they do invest in it, we might be looking at the whole industry of crypto amassing a value of tens of trillions of dollars. This is where O'Leary tells us that we should be more aware of what might take place and constantly undergo the process of learning, because the capital that will be entering the crypto space will most likely be the catalyst for the expansion of its network, penetrating other unexplored industries and taking them over. You would not want to let this opportunity pass by. So always be on the lookout for updates and make yourself aware at all times. No matter where you stand in all of this though, if you are optimistic or pessimistic about it, O'Leary tells us that the main perk we can see in this is the price appreciation. If you own a coin today when Bitcoin is valued at 23,000, you will definitely be seeing a wild playout of the value's appreciation. O'Leary tells us that these big investors are more than ready to be entering the area of influence of crypto, and the regulation is the only green signal they are waiting for. It is essentially there and ready to work, just patiently waiting for the opportunity to present itself. And that wraps up today's video. I hope that you have learned something about O'Leary's talk about the likelihood of Bitcoin ETF unfolding in the first half of 2023. If you have any particular thoughts about today's content, please do comment them down below. And while you're at it, give us a like and subscribe if you haven't. This has been Diversified Streams. Goodbye, and see you in our next video.